And it's another edition of Family Health Experts. Dr. Tony Miliano of Audiology and Hearing Center answering your questions at 1-888-208-6946. Give us a jingle. We'll get those answered for you. But before we get to the questions, Dr. Miliano, some exciting new technology, and I had to do a double take when I heard this. Tell us about it.
It's actually remote programming of hearing aids, where we can be in our office and link into your hearing aid in whatever environment you're in. Any place that happens to have a cell phone reception, we can link in through your cell phone and program your hearing aids remotely. So it really is cool.
Well, let's expand on that just a little bit. Now, is it only certain types of hearing aids that have this technology?
Well, some of the newer hearing aids, not all the older hearing aids have this, but for a long time we have been a proponent of defining a person's individual listening goals so we can come up with a customized treatment solution. So now this elevates our ability to customize or make that treatment solution even more customized than we've ever been able to do in the past.
Okay, now the million-dollar question, or maybe the $0 question. We're going to find out, is there an additional cost for this service?
There is not an additional cost for this service. So the newer technology hearing aids have this capability built right into them. So patients who are currently under a treatment solution within our office, or a treatment package within our office, that's all included, no extra additional charge for that.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. So let's talk about some prime examples of this. Let's say somebody is visiting and their relatives in the Northeast, they're in Boston, say, and they're starting to have trouble. They can call you or contact you, and you can still remotely program it from here in Paducah all the way in Boston.
That's right. I actually had a patient who one of their concerns for hearing was hearing their son. So after the COVID, they felt safe traveling to go see their son. They actually sat in their son's living room and had the conversation while I'm in my office in Paducah, programming their hearing aids. So that way, we don't have to simulate the environment. We don't have to imagine what the environment would be like. We actually put the patient in that environment, and we're able to remote program the hearing aids and change the acoustic parameters while they're sitting in, could be Boston, could be, any place where they can get a cell phone reception.
Let's say that you're in a bowling alley, and things sound a little bit different in a bowling alley. I love going bowling myself, but I've noticed that certain times it's a little bit difficult to hear with things, so you can even tune in while they're in the bowling alley and change the acoustics on that?
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. I actually had one person who was a waitress, and she struggled obviously in the restaurant environment. So I actually sat in my office while she was at the restaurant where she worked, walking around the different stations in that restaurant. One of the things that I actually cued in on was that not only the restaurant noise in the dining room, but she really struggled hearing in the kitchen, in the back of the room, in the back kitchen, because of the industrial exhaust fans. And that's something I wouldn't have thought of in the past, but when she went back in that kitchen, we identified that problem, and I was able to make a change remote to her acoustic parameters on the settings. So it really is revolutionary technology.
Got to go in just a second, Tony, but let's talk about this tinnitus. A viewer wants to know, is that something you can treat in your office?
That is something we can treat in our office, and the first line of defense for that is to get a full evaluation to determine what the cause of the tinnitus is. So it can be anything from hearing loss, damage to the nerve fibers inside the ear, could be medications, could be certain dietary triggers. So the first line is to determine the cause, and then that will guide us through our treatment plans.
And don't forget Hearing Solutions coming up here in about 10 minutes at 12:30, and they'll give you more details as to what they offer at Audiology and Hearing Center. Our thanks to Dr. Tony Miliano for his visit today. If you'd like to review this segment, give us a little bit of time and we'll toss it up under Family Health online at WPSDLocal6.com.